We're synced. Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today, I thought I would touch upon things that really suck about being an adult. So some of you may have started the maiden voyage into the seas of adulthood. Adulting, as we're calling it these days. I'm sailing those seas right now. When I started my YouTube channel, which was not for anything serious at all, I was just doing some hair dyeing things. I didn't think it would equate to this. I was like 20, and even then, even though I was 20, 21, however old I was still quite young. I mean, even though I was with my boyfriend, I was in my last year at uni, I still feel like, looking back, I had it quite easy and things were, you know, a little bit more innocent then, and I was a lot younger. So to any of those bitches saying I've changed recently, it's because I got fucking old. Today, I thought I would touch upon 10 things that suck about being an adult. Now, obviously in hindsight, there are a lot worse things that could happen. However, I find that these things are kind of irritating. Alright, that's just one thing that ain't one of the points, which is really fucking annoying, is when someone uses your cafetiere and doesn't wash it out. So when you're about to go pour in yourself a nice salted caramel ground coffee from Whittards of Chelsea, you have to clean up all the fucking coffee beans before you can do so. I think that's my least favourite thing, is cleaning out the cafetiere, because it just goes everywhere. So Math, message to you babes. Can you just start drinking instant? Because you're not even into coffee that much. Right. Oh, it's nice. It's at a nice temperature. Okay, so number 1, missing bin day. This is what I'm suffering from right now. I wouldn't have highlighted it if I'm not experiencing it. And every time I forget bin day, I realise how important it is not to forget bin day. In the UK, there's usually, I don't know what it's like in all of the UK, but normally 1 week is recycling bin, the next week is general rubbish. Your bin gets emptied every fortnight. So when you have 2 weeks of waste in your wheelie bin and it's full, and then you forget to put it out, and you've got that, so essentially you have a month of rubbish accumulated. Like, I have shopping bags of stuff. I've got an All Saints bag down there which is full of rubbish. I just don't know what to do with it. Like, I keep compressing our bins down, trying to get as much rubbish as I can into it. I have a pile of stuff outside my office at the moment. There's just so much waste, man. I don't know what to do. It's so stressful. Who'd have thought that missing bin day would be so irritating? Math's losing his shit because he hates mess. He's stressing big time about this. Point number 2, when the shopping substitute is shit. If any of you guys do online shopping because you just can't deal with supermarkets, and the substitute for something they don't have is rubbish, the other day, right, so I've discovered that buying salmon from the salmon counter, i.e. you can buy it from the counter, like the fresh counter online, it'll just say, it's cheaper but so much tastier than buying packaged salmon. Anyway, so I bought my over-the-counter salmon, my garlic and herb salmon that I like to have with rice and veg, and they substituted it with the packaged stuff. Now I was like, thank you for giving me something that's actually more expensive than what I bought, but it's just not the same. The only time that a substitute is good is when you substitute something that's better, i.e. one time I bought a selection of berries, strawberries, raspberries and blueberries, and it came in a trio, right? They didn't have it, so they substituted it for full-size packets of each. But when they get the substitute wrong, they get it really fucking wrong, and it's so annoying. When your council tax bill comes through and you shit a small brick, council tax is so expensive. It's the most expensive bill of the month. Apart from the mortgage or the rent, it's the most expensive, and I can't fathom why it's so fucking expensive. What I mean is when your annual bill comes through and it says like £1,400, and then you realise that it's then broken up into instalments. Just knowing how much you've got to pay a month for your council tax is just shocking. Okay, this is another thing to do potentially with online shopping, but also when you go to the supermarket. When your food is nearly out of date and you've only just bought it. I have bought stuff from Tesco, like chicken and everything, and it has run out of date the day after. Bearing in mind I'm doing a weekly shop and I have made a food plan for the week, and those items are out of date the day after you buy them. When you're in the supermarket, you have a little bit more power over, like, you know, you can go to the back of the pile and pick something up. But when you're online shopping and they give you something like that, that's just rage-worthy. As Matthew would say, it really bites my biscuit. But that's when you start getting a little bit more daring, and you see how strong your stomach is, and you sort of start eating things that are like 2-3 days out of date, and see, like, I'm made of steel, man. I can deal with this shit. Bills in general, man. What the fuck? When did it get so expensive to live? I don't understand the whole TV license shit, where you pay like 20 odd quid for 6 months and then it goes down to £12. Like, who prices this stuff up? Number 6, car warning lights. Like when you get some like notification come up on your dashboard and you're like, what does that even mean? Why is there a spanner there? I've got, right now, even in my new car, I've got a wheel come up because I've lost some air pressure in my wheel. That means I have to go out at some point and figure out like the air pressure in my tyre. I'm really frightened that I'm gonna undo the screw and it's all gonna come out. I mean, I've filled up a tyre before, don't get me wrong, but this is like a new car, like a newish car, like a modern car. I don't know how this stuff works. Like, and when the engine light comes up, you just know, you just see dollar signs because you know that this is gonna be an expensive month. Number 7, when people are due to come over when your house is at its peak in untidiness. Right, so no matter when you plan your shindig or someone coming over for dinner or for a cup of tea, it might even be the week before. Oh my God, the sun is coming out. I always find it that whenever someone's due to come over, your house is at its most untidiest. So you have like a really, really stressful half an hour prior to their arrival of just like literally doing all the housework in one go. Forms you have to fill in for passports, for houses, for rent, tax. Like, honestly, they don't teach you this stuff at school and I have no idea what I'm doing half the time. Laundry. Laundry is a skill. Laundry is like an art. Getting it right as in washing the right things together and then getting your drying cycle right. So I do have a tumble dryer. Yet, if I wash and tumble dry something, that is a day gone. It takes like 6 hours. So if you've got like your clothes horses and you're drying your clothes through that and you have so much laundry, getting the timing right is pretty important. Also, when you're drying your clothes, sometimes it just smells damp afterwards and you're like, why? I put it out to dry on time. Honestly, it's not really a skill that I feel like I've adopted. I leave the laundry down to Matthew because it just seems to have clicked with him. Maybe at some point it will just click with me. I just haven't clicked yet. Number 10, accepting that things are just shit. I think when you become an adult, and when you're dealing with adulting, accept that life is really shitty at times and how people will just charge you money for what seems like nothing. Like, if they can do it, they'll charge you money for it. I've learned about this horrible, cruel world. You know, I got called up the other day from the shop where I'm buying my wedding dress from, and they said that I can keep it at the shop if I want to, but it'll cost me an extra £50 for them to just have my dress in their shop. When I was buying my house, I had to pay £75 as a transaction fee just from putting the deposit on my house from one account to another. I had to pay for them to transfer the money. What is that? Admin fees. £20 admin fee. Oh, the service is free, but there's a £20 admin fee. Then it's not free, is it? I don't know. I don't understand. Thanks for watching. I hope you can relate on some level. I'd love to know your shitty adulting problems in the comments below. I'm pretty sure that we could all have a nice big discussion about this and all relate to one another. Thanks for watching. I'm going to finish off my coffee that I so deserve after scrubbing away at the cup of tea. I shall see you soon.